mute. Don't touch and play things here. We're live.
Hi, I think
Hello,
we're live.
we're live.
Let us know, guys, if we're live. I don't know. It's all new to us, so
it's kind of like, hopefully you can hear us and see us. Otherwise, we're just talking,
yeah.
which is like how we normally film. So it's just no different.
It's no different, really. So let us know. Can you just let us know if you can? Loud and clear. Fantastic. Thanks. Right. So yeah, It's been a while coming, hasn't it?
It has been a long time coming. I mean, we keep threatening it, and we finally thought we'd better bite the bullet and actually do it because, yeah, and we thought it was cool, but actually it's really warm in here when I put the lights on. I forgot that, and obviously on the live, I've had to shut the window because going around our estate
is the ice
cream van.
So yeah,
so I'm like, thanks for that.
So first of all, welcome everyone. A big happy Father's Day to all the fathers, and not just the fathers, but any sort of male influencer in any children's lives, I think, or if you've got children yourself, happy Father's Day.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Or if you are, I don't know, the surrogate.
Yeah, the surrogate family.
That's a better way of putting it. Influencer sounds a bit weird and creepy, but
yeah.
you know.
Right. Let's see who's around then.
So, yeah, so we have Fraser at sea. Hello, Fraser at sea. We have also, I think, first in the chat was Kevin Austin. Hello, Kevin.
Hello, Kevin. Hey.
Yeah, I will sort out your moderator stuff on this at some point. I promise. I'm sorry.
Liz, great to see you. Liz Dyson. Good to see you. Gil and Sandra. Hey.
So Kevin, sort of see you.
Yeah. Well, we sort of see you. You know what I mean. Paul. Hello, Paul. Good to see you as well. We have Gavin and Luke from the Cruise Monkeys, and just a big thank you to them for helping us out, along with Paul and Carol. They did help us out with the live stream.
They also helped us out when we had a mild meltdown earlier, and I was like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what I'm doing now. So yeah.
So who else have we got in the chat? We've got Kevin.
Yo. I like that. Yo.
Yo.
I'm not sure if it was done like that, but I'm doing it like that anyway. Yo.
Yeah, you need to click on him, Tristan. So we've also got Sisters on the Sea with us as well. Good evening. Sorry, we're getting used to all this, guys, so I do apologise if it's a bit clunky at first. We've got Johnny and Will from Travel with Johnny and Will. Hi, guys. Good to see you.
Guys.
Guys. Sorry, that my tongue. Sorry. Catherine Kennedy, hello. I know we've been communicating a little bit lately, so it's all good.
We have indeed.
Yeah. Diane, how are you? Thank you. Happy Father's Day to you. As we said, to all the fathers. And
a special thank you to our Patreons who have been prepping and bigging us up all week for this. So thank you. And giving us questions already. They were like, can we ask you questions before the show? I was like, you can. Yeah. So we have got some questions lined up, and we'll come to that shortly. But one thing that we do want to do as well is Josh is here. He could disappear at any minute. We're not going to lie. He might get bored. But at the moment, he's stuck here because he wants something from us, which is his cocktail. Yeah. So we're going to do our cocktails, and you can try and guess what our cocktails are.
So, Josh, do you want to show everyone your cocktail?
Let's start with Josh's, actually, because most of you can probably guess. So we're not going to tell you directly, but it is his favorite cocktail.
Yes,
it is non-alcoholic. Although the glass is pink and red, it is also pink and red.
Yep.
Inside. Any ideas what anyone might think it
Does anyone know what it could be?
I mean, I don't know, to be honest.
If you know our videos, you'll know that Josh drinks this one regularly. So if not, just
If not, keep thinking about it for a minute. Yeah. And we'll go on to my one, which I think the glass should be quite a giveaway, really. But it's full of fruits.
Yeah.
Yes,
Kevin, you've got
mine is not that, but Josh's is indeed a Shirley Temple.
A Shirley Bassey? Can you do a Shirley Bassey with a Shirley Temple?
What's a Shirley Bassey?
I don't know. That's what Gavin and Luke. So Gavin and Luke have said, is it a Shirley Bassey?
Shirley Bassey. What's a Shirley Bassey? Please tell us.
Yeah, I don't know.
What is a... No, that's Kevin. That's the right one.
Yeah.
Shirley Bassey. I don't know what a Shirley Bassey is.
Gavin, Luke, you have to let us know. No, that was Gav. Luke says it's a Shirley Temple.
So, okay. So we knew Luke would know what the right one was.
Yeah.
So mine at the moment is full of fruit, and we have a load of fruit in mine, to be honest, including some cucumber, which should be a very big giveaway for certain people on what is in mine.
Okay.
It's an attempt at and I'll give another really big hint, a perfect serve.
Yeah.
So
we'll see. And mine
is a forest.
Is a forest. I've been. Oh gosh. It is a forest. Yes, it's got a strawberry in it, and it's got some flowers, and it's a bit of a giveaway as to what this is. I know. Well. It's got elderflower in it. So if you know kind of the glass may give it away, the flowers may give it away. Let's see. And one of the ingredients here is actually homemade, isn't it?
But whilst you're thinking for a minute, we're just going to say cheers. Cheers, everyone.
Cheers, and thank you for joining us for our first live. Right.
Oh, that's nice.
It is nice. Right. So keep guessing. Let us know what you think they are through the chat, and we'll let you know if you don't guess it, but I'm sure it's quite obvious. So before Josh runs off, just want to see whether or not there is any questions that anyone has for Josh at the moment. And if you could just start with questions so we can bring it up on screen, we can see it quite easily, and then we can go. So
lots of people saying cheers. See,
everyone's saying
Sunday.
Cheers.
It's the Sunday evening effect. I'd love to know, Lizzie, what you're drinking today, and it better not be tea.
Yeah,
this is alcoholic tea, which goes fine.
Exactly. So,
but yeah, let us know if you have any questions for Josh before he goes. Emma Cruises is in the house. Emma. We are graced by Cruise royalty, I think we could call her officially.
Hey, Cruise Emma. Royalty. And Emma's on Anthem of the Seas at the moment, and she's in Bergen. I hope.
Is it sunny in Bergen today?
That's the thing, Emma, because it's never sunny in Bergen.
Well, it is every time
we've been, but not for most people.
I think it's like something like 360 odd days of the year it's raining, and we seem to always get like 2 or 3 days a year that it is sunny. Yeah, so we've had incredible luck with Bergen, but I know it can be absolutely awful.
Yeah. So Emma's saying that on Anthem of the Seas at the moment, she has got one of the fastest internets she's ever had, which is good. So what is it? 100? I don't know what 100 megabits per second is. Is that?
That's pretty quick. That's about as quick as we have at home here. So that's pretty quick. Yeah. So that is showing. I think they must have the new. I think they all have now the Starlink stuff. Which you might have seen them on the ships. They kind of look like flat saucer. Yeah. Dome things, square, like the kind of things that when you graduate from university, those hats, they look like that. So
okay, I don't know.
They kind of look like that on the back. There's normally like 4 or 5 on the back of a ship. That's the Starlink antennas. So they're really good. But that's really interesting to know. That it's good. I'd be intrigued to know, Emma, does it hold up when you actually go into the fields? Because obviously Bergen is very beginning of the fields. Isn't it?
We've got a question for Josh from Andy Smith. So hi, Andy. Andy has asked, Josh, which is the best kids club at sea?
Ooh. I don't know, actually.
Really?
Well, which is your favourite that you've done so far?
Costa.
Really?
Costa. Why Costa?
Why Costa?
Because they had really big kids' room.
Oh, okay.
Really big kids' room. I also think you quite like Celebrity, didn't you, on Beyond?
Yeah.
So, yeah. I don't know. Did you go in when we were on Silhouette? Did they have it? Did they have kids' club on Silhouette? They must have a kids' club on Silhouette.
Yeah, I think they did.
Did you? Yeah, you must have got a kids club.
Yeah,
but you liked that, didn't you? Because you went camping on Beyond. I know that.
Yeah,
that was fun. You went and made s'mores and stuff, and that was quite a lot of fun. But I think, to be honest, any kids club is pretty cool. They always are. I kind of want to go in them most of the time myself.
Yeah,
and one I know that you are very keen to try, and hopefully we'll be trying later this year, is Cunard.
But we've just been on Queen Anne. We did a bit of a kids tour, and we're going to put something together because it's interesting what the kids get up to.
It is. It's not the biggest kids club, I'm not going to lie, but they've definitely done a lot more on Queen Anne than from the sounds of it. And talking to the kids club as well there, they've done a lot more on Queen Anne for kids than perhaps in the rest of the fleet. So that's quite a good thing to see, actually, I think.
Yeah. So let's just, sorry guys, we'll just go through and just see what other questions people have here.
The Wi-Fi is incredible. A lot of people saying Life in the Park saying the Wi-Fi on Anthem is incredibly fast.
Yeah.
Wow. That's good. I hope it's as good for Odyssey of the Seas when we go in December.
Yeah.
Although not to the fields, obviously, because December the fields would be very cold. But that should be quite cool.
Just a quick hello to Lynn's Mark from Sweet Natured.
Hello.
Yes, hello.
Hang on. Let me try and mimic the voice.
Hello.
Well, Mark.
Yes. No, it's good, guys. It's great to have you here. Great to have you here.
I would say I'm not making fun. I absolutely adore Lindsay's voice. If I'm ever feeling stressed out, I go and watch like their food review or something on Beyond or something.
Yeah,
because it just chills you out. She has the best voice for voiceovers than anyone. So absolutely amazing.
So Ken goes cruising. So Lindsay and Ken, hello, good evening. I hope you've got your gins there.
I've seen a good question for Josh here. So Josh, what is your favorite restaurant on a ship?
Ooh.
It's on MSC, the steak restaurant.
Oh, really? That is not what I thought you would have chosen, but that's interesting. I thought you might have chosen the one on Celebrity that they do where they project everything on the plates, which is completely gone out of my head now. Petit Chef, which I really thought was good, but maybe that's for big kids then more than you.
I don't know.
Why did you like the steak restaurant? Is it because you get to go for steak?
Because I could have a chocolate volcano.
Okay.
Always food.
He loves the oozing chocolate fondant. That's why, isn't it?
Yeah, no, exactly.
Yeah. And you do also love the big shrimp from there too. It comes like huge things. I mean, I can't touch them, but they look absolutely
no flies on this one. He just loves his food. So.
Oh, hello, June, or Lucy's mum. Hello.
Good to see you.
Good to see you here.
So let's just go back and we'll just have to have a look and see if we've missed any questions.
If we do miss any questions, just please do put, like Emma has here, question at the start. It makes it very easy for me, especially a novice that I am, at doing it and seeing them. So this one here, which ship models do we have behind you?
Oh,
and do you always buy them? So I would say it's a dangerous, slippery slope to start. Please don't ever start it. It's very expensive. And yes, I pretty much do get every ship, except I am missing one at the moment, which is NCL Viva, because they are completely out of them until they actually, it might be over here now, but they basically told us that until they came over to Europe, they weren't getting restocked with the models. I was like, no. So if anyone's going to NCL Viva anytime soon, please let us know, because I'd love to send you the money.
So we've got the majority of ships that we've been on. We've got, I think, Virtuosa. We've got Queen Anne.
That's not Virtuosa, that's Eurybia.
Oh, that's Eurybia. Sorry.
We have got an awful lot of them. I mean, I think I'm up to well over probably 30 ship models now.
We've got a lot.
It's I mean, the shelf under here is actually starting to buckle. I need to reinforce the shelves, and Justin's kind of getting fed up with me putting new shelves up every few months. But pretty much I tend to though collect the ones like this here. Whoops. So where there tend to be more the sort of solid metal ones with a little bit of color on it, like this Costa one with the funnel. I don't know, I quite like the metal ones with the detail and seeing them. And I don't know, I quite like those, but if they don't have those, like Queen Anne didn't, obviously I needed to get Queen Anne for the maidens, so it kind of came up with this is actually metal though, it's not resin, but it is painted metal.
So. Captain Hudson's drunk, he's fallen over.
Hudson,
he could smell the alcohol.
You're supposed to be on guard here, and Captain Hudson's falling over. As is our monkey. I've forgotten his name.
Max.
It's Max. Thank you. But he's the original.
He's just leave him.
He wanted to go for a drink on my cocktail.
He wanted to go for a drink, so
so whoopsie. But yeah, no. So we do. They are a very addictive thing to keep going on to buy those. So I would suggest if you're going to do it, be prepared, because it is one of those things now where I'm like. Every ship I go on, I'm like, I need the ship model. And he gets really annoyed at me, don't you? Because the first thing I'm doing on the first time that the shop's open is I need to go look at the ship models.
That's why we have onboard credit, isn't it? It always goes on ship models. So
thank you, Gavin and Luke. Yes, please do hit that thumbs up for us, please. It is our first live, as we said. So we would really like YouTube to go, these guys actually aren't complete lunatics.
Well, we are, but okay.
Ooh, so I've just seen a question. We're going to go on to some of our other questions in a minute, but a cruise that's all
day port, or that's all port days or at sea days. Well, I always used to like port intensive days because I thought you'd get out, you'd go, have a look around, because I do like to get out and have a bit of a look around. But I think more and more it's nice just to have some cruises where there is ports, but also a couple of sea days, because there's some nights where I don't crawl back in the door until quite often late. Depends on who I'm with, and you want a bit of a sleep in the morning, don't you?
Yes, you do sometimes come back very late. Josh, all port days or more sea days?
Sea days.
Really?
Sea days. Is that because you spend longer in kids club?
Yes.
And also because if we have a port day and he has to get off the ship, he doesn't like walking around all day.
Yeah,
is that right?
It's funny though, for me, when I first started, I would have said, oh, port days, really port intensive. And I do still stand by that. If it's your first cruise, a quite port intensive cruise is good because it gives you a taste of cruising without necessarily being not stuck on the ship, but on the ship too much. But now I do love a sea day.
Yeah, exactly.
I do love a sea day. Yeah. And it is nice to have them kind of interspersed through the cruise itself so that you can actually kind of enjoy it a bit more.
Yeah.
So,
okay. So we've got a question here from Paul S. And he asks, where is your next
Queen Anne cruise? Oh, so
yes.
This has changed recently.
So hang on, we did have a question from one of our Patreons, which was quite similar. And it was, would we go on Queen Anne again? That was from Kate. And
we answered that in our video, yes.
We did answer that, yes. And we are actually going on Queen Anne twice, actually.
That's what I was meaning.
Yeah, we've got
it changed quite recently.
So yeah.
Hopefully his mum's not watching this because it'll ruin the surprise entirely. But we might have planned an extra one to surprise someone on a cruise at some point that at the end of their longer one on Queen Anne next year. But we'll just but the next full kind of cruise, because that's only a very short one, is on Queen Anne, specifically Queen Anne, I'm assuming we're going here, is actually on sorry, Emma just sent a rather funny question, makes me laugh.
Oh gosh, okay.
But yeah, our next one is actually January 2026, and that is in Princess Grills. We're going to try, and that's actually for a certain large birthday for me. So I did say I wanted to be at sea on my birthday, and it's not the cruise to celebrate my birthday,
no,
but it is the one that will be when I'm actually on my birthday. So
exactly.
But yeah, so there's a couple coming up, and we have a lot more Cunard coming up as well because we've kind of gotten a bit maybe obsessed with Cunard.
I don't know why, because we just seem to have gotten a bit obsessed. I mean, Cunard's Cunard's not what I thought it would be.
No.
Especially a couple of years ago when we went on Queen Mary 2, I was like, oh, it's going to be like all like dressed up all the time and very. I mean, you do have to dress up, but you know, not to the nines all the time, and it's a bit more relaxed and especially Queen Anne I found was more relaxed than what Queen Mary was, and it's just a totally different concept, really, isn't it? But yeah, there was issues, but you'll see that in our review video. Hopefully they're ironing stuff out, but yeah,
it was good. The question that made me laugh, just so you know, is this one, which is, what does your house smell like? So Emma has this. Our house smells like an MSC ship. It's basically the Med by MSC ship smell. We really like it. MSC. And to answer a little bit of our next question from John and Will, our first ever cruise, well, our first cruise as a family was on MSC. Our first cruise I'll come on to very shortly, but
it was on Bellissima, wasn't it?
Well, on Bellissima, yeah. So that was as a family, but we'll come on to our first cruise in a minute. But yeah, so we love the smell and we keep buying the kind of reed diffusers for your house for Med by MSC. So every time Emma actually comes over to our house, she's like, your house smells like an MSC ship. So our house smells like an MSC ship, which I think is something to do with like bergamot and something, but not like Saint Le Pan.
Yeah, no, not Saint Le Pan, if you know what we mean by that.
Go check out our videos if you haven't, because So our first ever cruise was a bit by mistake. Do you want to tell this, or shall I do?
I'll do it. I'll tell the story. So I was having a special birthday, and so Tristan was going to surprise me with a trip on the Orient Express, and unfortunately that got cancelled. And so Tristan was in a bit of a conundrum as to what to do. And the Emma Cruises, famous Emma Cruises, she said to Tristan, she said to us, why not go on a cruise? And I thought, oh gosh, cruises are for old people. And Emma's old, and Emma's old
original name was cruises aren't just for old people.
Exactly. And so we decided to book a P&O cruise because I think that was kind of like a safe staple. We went on Britannia up into, and one of the things I always wanted to do was to sail in the fjords. And so we had the opportunity to book a really great cabin. We probably did all the things that, and we say this as well, but we did probably all the things that you shouldn't do as a first-time cruiser. But hey ho, that's what you do when you first go cruising, and then you learn. So That was our first cruise, and it was really good. Yeah.
Including Justin on pretty much one of the first days going down the fields, came out at about 4 or 5 in the morning onto our balcony, pretty much in his underwear. And we had one of those ones on Britannia that goes over the bridge.
Yeah.
Kind of like, so you have that huge bit, and therefore the whole ship can see you. And Justin just standing there, and I turned around with the phone and was like, Justin, look behind you. Goes,
yep. And so I had to run in, grab my what was it, my towel, my robe, and
needless
go back
to say, the advice that everyone says, which is, don't go on your balcony
when you're
naked
or not dressed appropriately.
Not fully dressed appropriately. Justin did that on our first cruise, so thanks, Justin.
Oh, it's just such a Justinism.
It is also quite important, although we weren't vlogging back then and videoing and stuff then. We've done a few little bits for it, but we're actually going back in September this year on Britannia with Josh this time as well.
Yes, first time in the fjords.
His first time in the fjords.
Yeah,
and we're going on the Monkeys group cruise. Unfortunately, I think bookings are now closed for that, so you can't book it if you want to.
Yeah,
but we are on that cruise, and it will be quite a nostalgic, quite special cruise for us because it is a very similar cruise to what we originally did and stuff. Obviously, we're not in that crazy, wonderful balcony that we had before. We're just in we're in a kind of weird one, which you'll have to wait, make sure you're subscribed and make sure you are ready, because the video will show you. We are in a fully obstructed balcony, but it's with a twist, so you'll have to wait and see. So that's an interesting one though coming up.
Yeah.
So when, where, and which ship is your next cruise?
So Lizzie, our next cruise is in 3 weeks' time.
Is without Josh.
It's not, unfortunately.
Sorry, Josh. You got to stay here and go to school. We're going on Viking, not river, ocean. No. And we are going from Athens all the way up the Adriatic to
Venice.
Well, sort of Venice.
Well, Venice. So more Ravenna, not Ravenna.
Not Ravenna. So more Venice than others, but it was originally sailing still up the
canal,
actual canal, the Grand Canal, but it's not anymore. They changed that about a couple of months back to say actually we're not going to do that anymore. But it's still a lot closer than a lot of other ships are. Yeah. So it will still be close enough to Venice, and we're overnighting in Venice on the end, so we will get to see Venice.
Yeah, so it'll be good, and we're going with our good friends Bob and Holly from Innocence Abroad. So yeah, it'll be good for them because they've been on it before. So it'll be good for them to show us a little bit of the Viking life.
I say, although I love cruising as a family, I do also like it when we've got friends on our cruises.
Oh, I thought you meant with our
children. I like cruising with Josh.
We do. I
like cruising with Josh. Josh is very low maintenance on cruises. Just goes to kids club and disappears, and that's it. So we don't have too much else. But yeah, so it is. What's your favourite part of the world to cruise?
Oh, Josh? At the moment. Oh yeah, what's yours at the moment?
What's your favourite part to cruise so far?
I don't know.
Anywhere there's sun?
The US.
Yeah.
The US?
Yeah.
So you like where have we done so far? We set out of Orlando and Wonder of the Seas.
We've been to Honduras and all the Caribbean.
I like the Caribbean.
I think that's the Western Caribbean, isn't it?
Yeah.
And we did the southern
sort of eastern part of it this
year.
San Juan
and now obviously on Viva, which the series is currently coming out.
Yeah. So mine would be at the moment the Caribbean. Or the Caribbean, sorry. So it's that's just a beautiful part of the world. I didn't ever consider going there, and since I've been going there, I just want to keep going back.
I know where my favorite area will be.
Yes.
If it depends on if it's where I've cruised or just in general. So where I've cruised to date, it would definitely be the fields. Yeah. I love the fields. I could go back time again. It's so different, so mesmerizing. I mean, we literally forget to have dinner sometimes because we're just watching the fields sail around you. It's stunning. Yeah. And is an absolute must, I think, for anyone. I would love to try Alaska as well to see. Yeah. A lot of people say it's similar, and I'm like,
yeah.
But I think my favorite area that's going to be to do is Asia, which we are doing in 2026 also. That is my birthday cruise.
Yeah.
And that's out of Singapore up through
it goes through
Vietnam, Hong Kong, Thailand.
Taiwan as well, which is a really good, but I've always wanted to go to Taiwan, so yeah.
And goes ultimately around Japan a bit as well, so it's absolutely stunning cruise.
And I get to spend my birthday on that too.
You do. It's funny. It's my birthday cruise, and his birthday is on the cruise, so that's kind of
it's good.
But
We've got a question from Gil and Sandra as well.
have we sailed on Queen Victoria? We have not.
But
We are in December.
Mhm.
This is a simple answer. But yeah, we have not, but we will be very, very soon.
And they're the queens that we wanted to try, was Elizabeth or Victoria. So
yeah, we've done QM2, obviously. We've done Queen Anne now.
Yeah.
And we will do a lot more of Queen Anne, and we'll do Queen Victoria, and then Queen Victoria would be quite nice because it's a Christmas cruise.
Yeah,
so it should be quite nice because I'm looking forward to seeing the ship all decorated at Christmas because I've seen videos of it.
Yeah, yeah. Med by MSC, a lot of people are saying is nice, which is good. Yeah, so it's good though.
Yes,
it
is a lovely song.
Love it.
I'm kind of, the problem is now I'm getting nose
blind by it,
so I don't notice it except when we've been away for a week on holiday, and then I come back to the house and go,
it smells like cruise ship. Unless we've been on an MSC cruise ship where you become nose blind as well.
Yeah, that's very true. Do we book through an agent or do we do it ourselves?
Right. Let me answer that. So, as I said, like in the past, we've made, we've done everything. We've booked through some big TAs. We've booked through direct, and we've also booked through smaller TAs. Now, the thing is it depends on the cruise ship that we're cruising on. So there's some cruises, like we like to cruise Costa, and a lot of agents here in the UK don't do Costa. So we've had to go through some of the bigger companies. AIDA or direct. AIDA was also one because it's a German cruise line. You could either do direct, or I think it's Logi Travel, which is a German travel agency sort of that can.
They're based in the UK.
Yeah,
so
based in the UK.
Them. Also, Viva Voyage we use sometimes for some of them because they can get cheaper pricing.
But majority of our cruises we book through a TA, so we use travel counsellors.
There is a very good reason. We certainly during the pandemic we learnt this the hard way, maybe. But I mean, the thing is with the TA, you're never paying more.
No,
let's be really honest about it. You're not paying more. You're going to pay the same rate or better, and they're going to get you a better grade or something. So. Yeah, that's one thing. But also, when something goes wrong, they're going to be up at whenever godly hour to fix it for you. Or when you're away and you have an issue, it's their job to get you back home or whatever. If your flight's cancelled home or whatever happens, they will help you. And I think that safety net, along with things like insurance, which we always have, is just something that I now would never really be without. I think it would be crazy to do it without. And I think we now have found certainly a couple of good smaller TAs that are backed by a bigger company. So you get that very personal service, but yet you've got that backing of a much larger company that's going to help if there is a problem. So yeah, I generally it's always been a mix, but it will be it will be a TA generally. I may look myself.
To be quite honest, we are doing something at the moment in regards to bookings and TAs and that. So watch this space. So something exciting may be coming up soon.
Yes. Sweet Natured said, the glassware on Viva looked great. Did it feel good in the hand?
So I'm trying to think of
which one of us asked this one. Yes, it did. It's very nice, actually. The glassware.
Everything on Viva is nice.
It was beautiful. Well,
hang on. No, all the decorative stuff and all the glasses and all the
attention to the design on board
detail
is
good,
impeccable.
Yeah.
To the point that I would say it's possibly more than an Edge class ship, and I think Edge class ships are stunning. And definitely been one of my favorite cruises. I think Edge, for me, the Celebrity brand slightly pits the NCL because of the nickel and diming that you get on NCL, which you certainly we've never experienced on Celebrity. But definitely things like the glassware was really nice. Even actually really well thought of. So funny, I've just been editing today the next vlog in that series where we go to Palomar, and I won't ruin it for you, but it's a beautiful restaurant.
Yeah, absolutely amazing restaurant. Yeah,
so it's a really, really lovely one. What else have we got here? So
it's our first live stream. Thank you.
Kango's cruising. Drinks package or no drinks package? We are firmly in the drinks package category. We've done a couple of cruises now where actually it is expensive and it's not for everyone. I would say that.
No, absolutely.
But we've found for us and things that we like, I do like to get on a cruise and just not think anymore about
how much I'm going to have to pay at the end of the cruise, because it creeps up, and especially when you got gratuities, because it's not just the drinks that you have to think about, it's the gratuities on top, and it adds up quite quick. Yeah,
it does add up quite quickly. And I think for us, you like a cocktail.
Oh yeah.
And I think if you like a cocktail, drinks package is often the way to go, because if you pick a bad cocktail, you can go, I'm good with that, and I'll leave that to one side, and I'll just order something else.
Yeah.
I am a little bit more, I quite just like a beer or a glass of wine. That's I maybe sometimes struggle with that. Like, I may not break it, but you do definitely, because the prices of cocktails on board ships are so expensive.
Yeah.
Especially on some of them recently. But no, we've done a couple of cruises now. Wonder of the Seas we did it on, and we did it on Queen Anne, actually, on Cunard, and we kept a tally every day of the drinks we were doing and the cost of the drinks. And I think before halfway through Cunard's one, we had equaled our drinks package.
Yeah.
And on Wonder of the Seas, thanks to maybe Coast to Coasters, who may be bad influences on us, we may have absolutely hammered it more than like 2.5 times what we spent.
Yeah.
So hence, for Christmas time, we've definitely booked it this year.
I mean, it depends on the situation. It is expensive.
It's very expensive, and I do kind of begrudge them for that. Like, I would say on some ships like P&O, on the shorter ones that we did, the prices on P&O are no worse than on high street
land.
Generally.
No,
I think it may have changed a bit now, but certainly when we were on Aurora, lovely ship Aurora,
they were normal.
They were cheaper actually than round our way.
Yeah, so, a whole cheaper than what we get down at our local bar, for sure. So,
definitely.
Hey, Cruising Gays, just want to say hello. Just bring it up to say hello as you're in the midst of Father's Day shenanigans. Congratulations on first. Oh, thank you very much, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
We won't be doing Father's Day shenanigans. We had a cake left over from the other day, but we haven't done that much because someone made us a very nice card today this morning and made us coffees.
Nice. It was, hey, Joshua.
They were lovely, the coffees.
I made the coffees, not him.
They were lovely. Oh, Kevin asks us, what is your have-to-have food item that you most look forward to when cruising?
Oh, that's interesting. Me, I would have to have a good steak. And steak, I mean, I love steak, but there is so many poor experiences that we've had on steakhouses on cruise ships. And some of it's like, I don't mean to be horrible. Sometimes I can actually go down to my local Aldi or Lidl and get a better steak than what I get on some cruise ships. And when you're paying an additional cost or an additional charge, it's not great. But we kind of we've got this system of rating the steakhouses on all the different ships as well. So
Crown Grill's at the top of the
Crown Grill.
I've had
no doubt you can't beat.
We'd also say we've had some absolutely awful steaks on board ships, especially. Actually, as much as I laud Celebrity, one of the worst steaks I've ever had on land or on sea is on Celebrity. And actually, our Cunard one, I had a lot of gristle and stuff.
Disappointing.
I did like Sir Samuel's, but it wasn't great.
It wasn't up to what you would think it would be up to.
It was a bit upsetting for the price you pay for it again. It's a funny one. I don't know if it is a particular item. I love a curry, and actually, I've never had a good curry yet on board. I still haven't managed to get to P&O again. We did do it on our first ever one on Britannia.
Yeah, we did Sindhu. We must have had a bad because everyone raves about Sindhu, and we just must have had a bad night.
We had a very rude waiter on Sindhu. That's to be fair, but I don't know. We've just never
really found a good Indian. I don't know. Unless you guys know of one, let us know. Because
I think a lot of people say Sindhu, so we're desperate to try
Sindhu again. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, we couldn't get on when we were on Aurora, so so from Johnny and Will, does one of you take charge of the cruise planning?
Do you want to explain how we look at it?
Justin is, that meme on TikTok, etc., where, and I know Emma's done t-shirts about it now as well, but where basically there's the one that does all the planning and then the one that just turns up going, cool, let's go. That's him and him.
Yeah, because I pack all his stuff as well. But the thing is I do the packing. I pack my, excuse me, I'll pack some of your stuff too. All your shoes are in my suitcase.
Because you have the large suitcase and I have the small suitcase.
I have the shoe suitcase, and I know you think men, but you know you've got to have how many, like 3 or 4 pairs of shoes. I mean,
do you need 3 or 4 pairs of shoes?
We need to look fabulous.
I'm not sure where we're going wrong then, but no, definitely. I'm the planner and Justin. I'm also the booker. We do have another little booker though that is very sneaky and appears with. You're right there. Who appears occasionally with like the iPads, especially when he was younger, and used to be like, "Have you seen this cruise, Daddy? Daddy, we should do this cruise.
Yeah,
we should do this cruise." And it was bad influence.
Or he used to go on the cruise TV channel. And he's like, "Oh, quick, come here, have a look at this one." I'm like, "Oh gosh."
Yes. Thank goodness. I think that channel's gone now. So.
Yeah.
So what else have we got? Is destination more important than the ship? No. No, I think it has to be a combination.
Yeah, I agree with you. Yeah.
Sometimes I'm not going to lie, like the Cunard one, definitely the Maiden, was definitely more about the ship than
rather than destination.
Lisbon's lovely.
Lisbon's lovely,
okay.
but it wasn't a port-heavy cruise. And it was good that there was a lot of sea days because it could really experience why we wouldn't go on a maiden voyage ever again. But so
I think it has to though be a good mix of it.
Yep.
So it has to be something about the destination and the itinerary, and then I'll match the ship to it as well. So probably it's slightly more the itinerary.
Yeah.
So probably saying no is incorrect, but yeah, it's probably more the itinerary, but then the ship also. Like I'm not going to go on an itinerary just because I like the ship.
Yeah.
But then I'm not going to be keeping you up.
No.
Oh,
apparently
sorry. Apparently everyone he's tired.
He's got bed earlier tonight, obviously. But we've also got. But then equally, I wouldn't choose a route just on the ship and not the itinerary and vice versa. So it's definitely a one. So on our next cruise is on Viva in October, Ravenna to Istanbul, and then to Athens. Any tips for first timers on Viva? Watch out for drinking alcohol even on a package in a port because NCL charge you taxes.
Depends on where you are because
most of them they will. No, they do in Europe as well. Yes, they do in Europe as well. And I would just watch that.
You're gonna go.
Are you gonna head up?
Yeah. Josh's gonna say goodbye.
Bye everyone.
Like with Viva, I mean, what other things? I mean, the thing is I want to just say something about cocktails as well on Viva. So what we found with Viva with cocktails is that they try to steer you towards everything pre-made and tap cocktails, didn't they? So I would just try and find out what the staple NCL cocktails are, like mudslides and what was it, mango meltdowns and things like that.
Know what your cocktail is. More than that, the menu will not show you what all the cocktails are that they do.
No,
essentially. Gosh, this is a long question. I'm not even sure it'll fit in the thing. But so they're looking to the wonder of the seas. Try and keep your questions short if you can, because
it's fine. We can see it.
I'm dyslexic, so it's very slow to read. Wonder the next Port Canaveral. We did sail from Port Canaveral. Yes, we did. That's the Orlando one. Yes. It's a nightmare to get to from the UK, I would say. We landed in Melbourne.
Yes, Melbourne, Orlando.
Melbourne, Orlando.
Melbourne, Australia.
Which is not Melbourne, Orlando. No. Which is not also Melbourne. It's not Orlando either. It's a lot closer. And we obviously landed a few days before, spent a couple of days in a hotel locally, and sort of messed around in the local area. Really
went and saw the ships and did ship
sighting. Ships. Watched the rocket launch, which was really cool. And then we headed out. I know they do Ubers. Some of the Ubers can be a bit funny. And I have heard that from the airport in Orlando to the port, sometimes they'll be really funny. And obviously as well on days when the ship's in the ports and stuff, the fare goes up because they do this burst pricing or something. Where it goes like, because they know there's lots of people, they charge like 3 times the price it would normally be. So I would be a little bit careful with that. And flying from the UK, if you're in the UK, Leslie, I don't know if you are, it was a bit of a nightmare to fly. Certainly direct, it can be quite expensive.
We
flew indirect.
And the other thing is we didn't know it was spring break. Oh no, that was Viva. Sorry, no. When we went to
Wonder was just
expensive and difficult. I don't know what they're doing with sort of Oadlander flights and that at the moment. So.
Have we ever been on Celebrity Apex or Planet? So no, we haven't been. We have been on a sister ship Beyond.
Yes,
we are on Apex next year.
Yep,
for a 16-night marathon cruise right up into the Arctic Circle, so the fields again. Huh?
Yeah,
and
Nordcap.
We're going right round.
But this time, what we're doing, so controversial, is the veranda cabins. So we're actually going to try a different cabin type. I know that Mark and Lynn's from Sweet Nature to try the porthole. That's what we had originally booked, and we apparently got an upgrade to the veranda. But we're now going to do an aft balcony. So that will be pretty good for a 16-nighter. And your parents are in the next one, so we're going to have an extra long balcony, which will be great.
You can really enjoy the thing.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So, have we done a Northern Lights cruise? No.
No.
We'd love to do one. They tend to fall at the wrong time of year for us to do stuff because we often would then need to find, and a lot of them as well, adult-only type cruises. So there would be...
yeah, so Josh can't really come, or it depends on the time of year as well, because if with Josh at school and stuff like that, I mean, unfortunately can't leave them at home all the time. So what we have done in the fjords like a couple of times is where, because we've been sailing more in the summer, we've done more like the midnight sun kind of, not the midnight sun that's up all night, but we did go a couple of years ago on Sky Princess up to the fjords, and we had it was pretty much, I know with Gavin and Luke and some other vloggers as well, and it was like 12 o'clock, it was like the sunset, and then 15 minutes later it was rising again. So it was just, it was weird.
Yes, it was. We'll look at some of our
Patreon questions. Yeah.
So we have, this one came in from, I think it was Paul and Carol.
Yep.
That's this one, which is, what is the most challenging thing about creating content for your YouTube channel? Balancing it with my day job.
I think there was a question here that I did see that went past. Sorry, guys, if we're not getting to all your questions. Just if you want to repeat it, just repeat it if we haven't answered it. So the question was around about work-life balance and work-life content creation balance, and it is challenging.
It is challenging. I think as well, we're quite well, I'm certainly a bit of perfectionist.
Both of us are. We've both got OCD.
With the content. So I want it to be something I would want to watch.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to create content just for the sake of creating content. And I'm not going to create what I will class as lazy content. So that takes time, and yet balancing it with
your work.
The day job can be difficult. It means working most of my evenings and stuff.
Yeah.
We have other things, obviously, with Josh to do and to keep him occupied in after school clubs and stuff. So, and we want to spend time as a family.
Yeah. And it's a bit of a combine and conquer. So for us, like I try and do a lot of the sort of the social aspect of the channel, whereas Tristan does a lot of the editing. I have had my hand at editing as well. So I am learning. Well. It's not easy. And I think this is the myth that people see with content creators, is that they can just churn material out and it's just straight on there. But if you want to have good quality content that really tells, because you're telling a story, we're all storytellers as content creators. So we've got to tell our story, and the way we do that is, is going to be individual, and it takes time. It just takes time. So yeah.
Which cruise line has the best and most consistent food?
So I know who I would say. I don't know who you would say who'd have the most consistent food.
You can go.
I believe, and this
consistently good or poor?
No, this is good. The most, because on any cruise, like food's subjective. What someone likes, someone else doesn't like. MSC's got a hit and miss. I think most cruise lines we've been on have been a bit of hit and miss, but the one that's probably consistently good across the board, and it might come as a surprise to some people, is Costa. And for those who have been on Costa, you'll see as of late that they kind of tend to agree that the food is pretty good on there. Some of the stuff that sits in their main dining room is what some ship or some cruise lines consider as like specialty food. So yeah.
What's your favorite cocktail and drink, and why?
I discovered my favorite cocktail on Celebrity Beyond.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, and that was the. Oh gosh, now that's Tristan. What is it? You know the one I like with the shamball. Caribbean. No, what is it called? Caribbean. I don't know. What is it? Caribbean.
French Caribbean.
Oh, French Caribbean. That's it. That's it. So French Caribbean, which is basically like mango daiquiri with a shot of and if you're on a good package, you get shamball, not cassis. You have to have the shamball because it just makes it taste really good. But that's probably my go-to favorite cocktail. Yes.
I'm not a huge cocktail drinker.
But
so I think my favorite drink. No, my favorite drink. I do like a French Caribbean, actually. They're quite nice. And the Maduri daiquiri is nice as well. It looks kind of fluoro green, but Maduri daiquiris are quite nice. But generally, if I'm going to choose a drink, and I really discovered this on Viva recently, and I'm really liking them, it's called Screwball Whiskey. I'm not sure if we can get it very easily in the UK. They get it obviously in the States, and I had it first of all time on Wonder last year. And then again on Viva. But it's basically, and please don't kill me for this, but it's a whiskey, but it was bourbon whiskey, and it's peanut butter.
Yeah, it's nice though.
It is quite nice. It's a funny one because people are like, it's peanut butter and it sounds like awful. And I know I was very much kind of like, this is like sounds awful, but it actually tastes really nice. It's quite caramelly. And it's not what I would class as a whiskey. If I really wanted a whiskey, I'd go and drink a proper whiskey. But it's something that I can definitely enjoy, and it's kind of tastes like a Snickers bar. It's really nice.
So Kevin's asked, what was it like sailing with multiple cruise vloggers on Aurora? Now, we know each other quite well. Humbling because, I mean, it's such a great community, and the thing is that it's not as if like there's just one sort of group of cruise vloggers. We all communicate and content creators all over the place, and so I mean it is humbling. And do you know what though? It's we all support each other. I always have come into this community saying we see cruising from one lens, and then you've got other content creators who see things from a different perspective or a different lens. So I do encourage people to look at different things. We had, as I said, an example last year when we were on 2 years ago on Sky Princess, and there was quite a few vloggers on there, and we all were on the same cruise, and yet all our content was so different because we've all got different experiences and we all cruise a little bit differently. So yeah, it is definitely. I think it was nice though. It was a lot of fun. Yeah, it was fun. I would say it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. That it's interesting, and I think it's very telling. Those that support each other and work together are the ones that will probably do better than the ones that just try and knock others down. And I think that's always a bit sad to see when there's someone that's maybe jealous and doesn't like to see other people doing well. I always think it's better to kind of applaud things, certainly when it's warranted and people are working hard at their content and improving. And certainly we try and take on board pretty much what a lot of people will say. We get a lot of nasty comments. We get some nice comments as well, but we do tend to always follow with that kind of we want to help and we want to help people. And I think that's what's amazing about the community as well, is that so many people that are way bigger channels than we would be and things, and I'm like, oh, I'm not wrong. And then we'll just chat to you and have a thing. I love, like, we got on really well with Paul and Carol, are great to spend time with. Ken Lindsay from Ken Goes Cruising, Lizzie Lou. There's so many. Guys, we're not excluding anyone.
There's the Cruise Monkeys,
who you are. The Cruise
Monkeys, Sweet Natured.
There's so many of you out there. It's
and it's lovely to meet new creators as well. So we recently met, and actually the next cruise that's coming out, A Life in the Parks, and we met them, and they're such lovely people. I think we actually met them a long time ago.
Yes, we did.
Before, and then we met them a couple of times, and I have a terrible memory for people, so I was like, oh, we don't met them, and Justin's like, we met them quite a few times, so sorry. But just lovely meeting new channels and seeing sometimes what new takes people have on things.
Exactly.
I think you love Disney Cruise Line. I keep looking. They're very expensive.
Yeah. So Disney Cruise Line. Okay. So let me take you back a couple of years ago. So we did go into like TUI one time to talk about cruising. This is way back, and they sort of recommended Disney, and I was like, I couldn't think of. This is before Josh actually. This is before we even cruising was on our radar. I think we're just interested. And they're like, oh, they're trying to sell us a Disney cruise. And I remember saying to you, oh my gosh, I don't know if I could cope with Disney like nonstop. It just really just freaked me out. Josh has, because Josh, I think, may struggle because being in noisy areas,
noisy environments. Some of his disabilities are that he will very much shut additional needs. Are very much that he will shut down in loud environments, and I kind of every video I watch with Disney seems very loud, which might be incorrect. It might be quiet, and there might be lots of quiet spaces, and it might just be these random points that are very noisy. But those spaces he tends to go very insular, and that will be a problem for us because he would really struggle. It does though intrigue us, and I'm sure we will. The problem is they send all the old ships generally over here, which is a bit kind of like send a new ship here, please.
Yeah, we want something
a bit more exciting. We've kind of talked about doing one maybe where we go and do like the kind of a week on land, a week on, well, not a week, but like they're normally like 3 or 4 days, but you're on a cruise to make it kind of combine and flying all the way over there for that. But yeah, it's a difficult one. I think if the time is right and we see the right deal, we probably would. But it's just, they're very difficult and it's so expensive. Mr. Andrew Toon is in the house.
Mr. Andrew Toon.
And he's back from the M25, the biggest.
Yeah, it is like the biggest car park ever. Oh gosh.
No, I don't like that one at all. The idea of that at all.
Yeah.
The M25 is awful at the best of times.
And then when they do these closures, we had to go up there to the M25 last week to drop my mum off to fly to Ireland, and it was like bike rides and whatever they have at this time of year, and it's just like, oh gosh, it was difficult. Yeah.
Cruise with Steve. I said, hope you had a good Father's Day, guys. We did.
We did. It was nice. It's just nice just spending nice time as a family, really. Yeah.
It's very sweet. They came in with the card this morning and the OK coffees that Justin remade.
Yeah.
But it was nice. It was a nice day. Just doing not much really. We went to the gym. I know, really exciting. But
we have to. We've got to cut down the calories before we go on our next one. So
I want to enjoy Viking.
Yes,
I need to lose the weight before Viking. But yeah, no, it's been really, really nice to stay relaxing, doing not much. I did some editing, which has been I actually find quite enjoyable, which probably most people think is mental, but we do. Would we consider a river cruise?
Yes, we have talked about river cruising.
I was a bit worried I'd be just too young. Does that make sense? I always think it looks like cruising isn't just for old people, I know, but it feels like it would be a lot of older people.
Yeah.
There, and whether I'd feel out of place is more the point. I think I'd enjoy it. Maybe I just have to pick the right ship and do a bit more research into it.
It interests me. I think what I would like to do though is if I went on a river cruise. Well, one, we've been looking at river cruises where Josh could come along, because I think there's a couple like a Rosa. Who's the other ones that do cross sea? There's a couple of other ones that
there are some that do. I think Amma might do some now.
Yeah,
Amma Waterways. So yes,
but if we do them, I would be more interested rather than doing, because I used to live in Germany and do that Rhine. I used to live near the Rhine. So I mean, for me, and we've been there up and back before, so I know it's different in a ship that's on a river cruise, but I would really like to probably do like somewhere like the Douro Valley or somewhere like that.
That'd be quite cool.
I think that would be good.
Might be worth doing just a Rhine one to start with, because it's kind of the traditional one. But
Christmas markets.
Kevin Austin says, old like me. No, Kevin. In my mind, you are the same age as me, which is in your late 30s. So you should always be. No one in my mind, for some reason, or of all of our people that I'm lucky enough to call friends and cruising community, I would say is older than me. For some reason, you're all about my age. So if you're older, you're my age. You're in your late 30s, as far as I'm concerned. So that just seems to be where my mind sits with everyone. It's
well, that's nice that you feel like you're in your elder 30s.
I am in my late 30s.
Yeah, you might be in your late 30s. I don't feel that way. I feel like I'm in my 20s, but it doesn't feel like that in the next morning after a big session. So
sometimes after when Josh wakes you up as well at 5 a.m, going, I can't find my school gear, and you go, Josh, it's the summer holidays. You don't need to find your school gear. Oh,
right. Oh gosh.
So a couple of other questions we had from our Patreons. So we had, are you planning to do an Australian, New Zealand, and stuff? I tried to convince him last year.
We did. Okay, so yes, I would like to do it, but if I did it, I'd do maybe probably South Pacific, because I mean, coming from Australia, it feels a bit strange because it's like being at home and just like cruising in your back garden. So I don't know.
I think the problem that we also have is that if we're going all the way to Australia, we probably need to see the family in-laws first, and we probably can't
combine
it would be very difficult to see family and then combine with a cruise and get it to work perfectly.
Yeah,
so that proves quite difficult. But then, having said that, if we win the lottery, of course, yes, we'll do.
Yeah, of course we will, definitely.
But unfortunately, the lottery numbers did not come up in our favor this week again. So how rude.
Yeah, I know. I keep asking him to ring them and ask.
I should ask them what on earth are they doing. It's interesting though. I was just thinking earlier. I know we were looking at this one about the cruise line has the best and most consistent. I know you said Costa. I don't know if it's the best. It's probably the best. One of the best MDRs.
No, consistent. I said.
I think it's probably one of the best MDRs as well. But I don't. I really enjoyed the food. It depends what I'm going on the cruise for.
Yeah.
Like I really enjoyed Celebrities' food generally. I think, and their buffet is outstanding.
It's the best.
I think their buffet is outstanding. I think generally the restaurant food, certainly on the Edge class ships, is really nice. The main dining rooms, not main dining rooms, are they?
Yeah,
are really good. But also, I like a bit of a P&O sometimes. There's nothing wrong with, burger, chips, and beans.
Yeah.
So there's nothing. But I mean. And P&O's it's not maybe the best, but it's pretty consistent. The sort of average-ish food. I think it's quite nice.
Yeah.
I don't have any issue with their food either. So, yeah.
Nearly coming up to the hour. I can't believe how quickly. I hear people say this. It's just like, it just goes so quick, which is it's true. So if you've got any really, really quick questions, then let us know. Kevin B's just sent us
so these ones said, Jill and Amy said, we would love to. Yeah, I can't wait for 2026 to do some of Japan and see some really amazing. It just looks so stunning, and I'm really excited that we were managing to find that. And a big shout out to Travels with Lizzie Lou, because she helped us to book that one.
Thank you.
And we wouldn't have booked it, I think, otherwise, because it's just amazing. Oh,
thank you, Kevin B. Really, really appreciate it. Thank you. It's been a bit nerve-wracking, I think. Hopefully, it's just a different format. I've done Insta Lines before, but this is totally different. So, we're just so grateful for everyone coming along and joining us today as well. Kevin Austin, thank you so much as well.
Thank you so much.
So before we go, we just wanted to say a big thank you to all our Patreons. We do have patrons. Our Patreons get early release. They also get a few other benefits depending on whichever tier they're on.
Yeah, we also do a lot of extra things that we don't actually necessarily post here on any other social media formats. So
you get the crazy side of us.
And also sometimes when we do crazy things like go on a land-based holiday.
I know, you'll get to see that.
Yeah, when we do land-based holidays, I mean, goodness, it just seems crazy, but they get to see the ins and outs of those and the crazy moments of those. So it is. So if you are interested, please do head on over to patreon.com/cruiseboys. You can see all the tiers there. Some of those you'll get live Zooms with us on the certain higher tiers, as well as postcards from when we cruise, etc. Which I promise we'll send.
I will send. But do you know what happened, guys? I did buy some postcards, and I looked everywhere for them. And I was like, "Where's these postcards?" And then I've just found them. They were hidden in Josh's room. So he has a tendency to yes, to hide things. So
hoard.
So I will be sending them out. Also, we've got there's so many exciting things coming up. So we've got some ship visits coming up.
We have.
We've got so
many cruises coming up. We've got Viking cruises coming up. We've got we're back on Virgin voyages soon. We have P&O, we have Cunard, we have Royal Caribbean again. We have more yacht club cruises coming up. We have insanely long ones to the fjords and things. I keep booking extra ones. We have an extra Costa one coming up soon as well, because we just can't get enough of Costa.
Yeah,
so there's so many cruises and so many trips that we have coming up.
There's also a few things like collaborations that we're doing at the moment with some people, so that will be coming up soon. I'm building off, just the website just takes a while to build out, but it is, if you want to go on there, it's www.cruiseboys.com. There's some few blogs, sorry. There's links to some of our reviews, a little bit about us, a lot about sort of cruise ports, pre stays and post stays. So yeah, we've got a lot of exciting stuff happening there, and
we do have a shop coming.
We have a shop coming.
We do have interesting things. It's not just all merch shop. It's not. There will be some merch, obviously, but there will be other things, and we're doing that in collaboration with
lots
of people.
With lots of people.
So there'll be a whole different range. So if you're interested in random cruise things, there'll be all the sorts of bits in there as well. So yeah, we have a lot of exciting things. I don't know how we're going to fit it all in with work at some point. At some point, I think my boss is going to say, "Are you actually working for me anymore?"
Yeah, I always get that from my boss. I always get like, "Do you ever stay in the country?" But you know, why not?
So we're going to end it there, because I think Josh has just come around the corner looking for his dinner. So we're going to have to go and feed him. We will hopefully be back soonish. I'm not sure when, but we will let you all know, probably after, maybe towards the end of the summer, when we've done a few more cruises and we can share all about
sooner. We don't know. We'll see. We'll let you know.
If you want to know sooner, let us know. We can always have a look and
see what we
can do.
Conjure up. So great, guys. Thank you so much. Sorry if it was a bit, but
we will get better.
We'll
I think what I'll note next time is to bring the laptop up further, so I look at the camera more. Instead of looking at the laptop. So many times you just look at the laptop and go like, "Oh my gosh, I need to look at this." Yeah, and thank you all so much for your support and help. And yeah, we will hopefully see you out there on the ocean, because that's the best place to be.
For now, we'll say bye. Go, Josh, come say bye.